ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, angry, faithful of all ages. Welcome to episode 223 of Nerd Sports. It's lethal, but not nearly as lethal as its NATO counterpart. Just kind of putting that out there. David, you understand that joke. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. We are going to be without the Mountain Man this week. He's got well, crotch goblins have infested his home this weekend. So we will look for him to be back next week. Class in the join up as always. But we're going to resume, push on, because the show must do exactly that. David, our esteemed producer, has this week's Weird Sport.
This one I've seen, I kind of fell in love with it. It's what do you call them?
Stagecoaches?
Stagecoach racing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those fringe rodeo events that, like, okay. Usually see them at, like, county fairs or county rodeos.
Yeah.
But this one's at the Calgary Stampede. So, I mean, it's a major event, but
yeah.
You don't really see them a whole lot. I know that at the Houston Rodeo, I guess depending on the night, you really don't see it much outside of, like, I don't know, like I said, the smaller county rodeos or whatever. But
one thing that I'll probably just mention too on Wednesday too. The stockyards have been sold.
Is it like everything else being bought by a out-of-state entity?
California.
God. Okay. Yeah. They pissed off at us, so they buying up everything. Okay.
Well, they're using that money that they're supposed to give the people, the fire victims.
That's absolutely true. Okay. So moving on. We've got baseball news. We're obviously back from the break. We're actually post trade deadline, which came and went, was actually pretty busy the day of, because they've got up until midnight the day of to, make sure that they get everything that they need to do done. You saw a lot of people go back to old teams, like Carlos Correa go back. He went back to the Astros. You saw some really surprising trades. There was, well, yeah, I spent a lot of time listening to MLB Network, MLB Radio, trying to listen to some of these, experts grade some of the trades, and I thought about it. I thought about sitting down and trying to grade these, but then I'm like, you know what? No, we're not going to do that because, one, it's not like the general managers listen to us anyway. It's not like the front offices anywhere listen to us. I mean, the only person that really listens to me is my wife and on occasion my kids. So, I'm not going to push my luck, right? Let's see here. The power rankings this week. And hold on. That is David, take something real quick. I'm going to mute because I've got to take this.
Okay. Dang it. Well, there was a. Oh yeah. Totally forgot. Where is it at? Okay. There was an incident at the Braves. The Braves Reds game this weekend. We'll go ahead and show this video while we're waiting.
I saw people start calling the MLB Speedway Classic at Bristol Motor Speedway the Fire Fest of baseball. I said, ooh.
They ran out of beer, I'm assuming.
Worse.
Water?
Worse. Buns.
They ran out of buns?
They ran out of buns.
How?
Behold.
what a picture.
Behold,
Whoa.
a bunless hot dog.
You
They
up?
ran out of buns before the first pitch. They ran out of cheese. So you have bunless hot dogs, you have cheeseless nachos. What are we even doing this for?
They ran out of buns and
Yes.
cheese on Saturday?
Yes, before the first pitch.
How?
I
man?
forgot to tell you the part that was going to make you the most heated.
Oh, what?
You had to pay full price for the bunless hot dog.
Get out of here! Ain't no way in hell!
You were paying for the meat.
Ain't no way in hell!
I would have
I'm
said
paying for just meat.
my anaconda don't
No.
got nuns unless you've got buns.
Unless you got
Puns.
buns, huh? We had a whole movement about that in the 90s. You're kidding me. Full price for a bunless glizzy that you just have to gulp down? Get out of here. No. That is unacceptable. No. You're now that you're telling me all of the horrors.
The horse.
No. They shouldn't do this again. They ought to be embarrassed.
I'm embarrassed for them.
Man, I would have went in there and flipped everything.
Yeah, so they didn't have buns.
Well, okay, so that game was fraught with a lot of problems. I mean, the turf looked great. The field looked pretty nice. They, for whatever reason, had an electric Corvette racing around the track every time somebody hit a home run. I'm like, okay, that's a little excessive.
That's a target you should be aiming for.
Well, it's not out there running around during the game because that's a distraction past the batter's eye. No, when a home run left the art, this car would do a lap or two around the track where the guy's holding a home run flag out of the passenger side window is. I don't want to use the G word. Well, I don't know. Can I?
G word?
I mean, it used to mean happy.
Oh.
It was just needless and stupid. That's what it was.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go with that. Like he's going to use the R word. Which one? Anyway.
Well, we went over stuff that you can't say in certain countries and everything on Friday.
Yeah.
Someone commented, and was like, "Where's your proof? Where's your proof?" And I sent them the stuff. And it's like, next time, watch the full show on YouTube or on X.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they did say that, didn't they?
You know what I think is funny is, they kind of tweaked the uniforms a little bit, put some racing stripes on them, changed the font of the numbers on the back to look like, racing numbers, which I thought was a pretty cool little touch. But around the batter's boxes, around home plate, it said, "It's Bristol, baby." That's some Dale Earnhardt Jr. stuff right there. Like he's the one that coined that phrase.
Really?
Yeah, it is. So I was like, that's kind of cool. But it got rained out the first, I think they started the game. And they had to postpone it because of rain.
Yeah.
Like bad. I mean, they'd already done the flyover, did the, pledge of, the Star Spangled Banner and all that. And yeah, it was pretty rough. Now, the power rankings, as I was saying earlier, I don't put a whole lot of weight or credence to the power rankings. They're just fun to look at.
The power rankings don't really hold anything until
they don't, which is why I don't pay attention to them.
Yeah, and
I just found that it was interesting because the team that was previously ranked 6th is now sitting atop the power rankings, which is the Milwaukee Brewers.
Oh, okay.
And it says, do you want to know how they're doing this? On Friday, they lost Jackson Chourio, their most exciting young hitter, to the injured list with a hamstring. Not only did they replace him without a hitch, that very night, all starting 9 Brewers got a hit. It's the 8th time they've managed that this year, more than any other team in baseball. So for that particular reason, they gave them the number 1 spot. I'm like, okay. The Cubs were previously on top of the mountain there. They've been knocked down. When a public figure dies, particularly one of the special fraternity of Major League Baseball Hall of Famers, there's always kind words said about the player and the people they touched, that whose lives were touched. But even in the context of that outpouring, the grief for Ryan Sandberg was particularly overwhelming this week. Sandberg was famously one of the friendliest, kindest players in recent baseball memory, and there isn't an obituary of him this week that wasn't full of wonderful stories showing why. But it doesn't say why they moved them down one spot in the rankings. It has nothing to do with baseball at all, which is why I don't read. I don't even. This is one of the few times that I've ever even clicked on, the power rankings. I'm like, yeah, okay, sure, that makes a lot of sense there, guy. So over the weekend, a couple of teams really got beat soundly. Okay, let's start with the Yankees in Miami. You would think that after the trade deadline, the Yankees shoring up what they are hoping is going to be a very deep playoff run. They got swept by the Miami Marlins in Miami over the weekend. I'm like, what? Yeah. And what I found incredibly funny was, I think it was Saturday night. I think it was Saturday night. It was last night, Sunday. That's right. The Miami Marlins going into the ninth inning started playing Sweet Caroline over the speakers in the stadium. Right? Why is that funny? Okay, well, that's the song that Boston plays during the eighth inning stretch, right?
Yeah.
The Marlins were doing it because they were basically 3 outs away from sweeping the Yankees. And by doing so, after that game was done on Sunday and the Red Sox completed their victory, they passed the Yankees in the AL East standings.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. It was funny. I was sitting there going, ooh, that's some next level troll right there. But speaking of the Red Sox, they not a lot of people put a whole lot of faith into them, myself included. They swept the Astros, the AL West leading Astros, over the weekend in Boston. I find that entertaining for obvious reasons. But what I find especially entertaining about that particular series is that the Astros decided that they were going to get a little chippy because they had Boston had a runner on second. And the Houston pitcher intentionally balked and sent the runner over to third because they felt like he was back there stealing signs or tipping off the hitter as to what kind of a pitch was coming next. Y'all ever talk UFC or anything MMA? Yeah, occasionally, but not right now. Yeah. So there's that. Anyway, so I was like, personally, I get really tired of hearing that narrative that, the Astros are cheaters, this, that, and it's old, right? It's been put to bed, yada, yada, yada. But what I found funny, though, was that of all the teams that are out there, but out of all the teams that are out there, the Astros were the ones that decided that they were going to get chippy and clear the benches because they felt somebody was stealing signs or tipping pitches. Like, really? Okay. This happened already once this year that we know of. The Yankees did it. Anthony Volpe, actually, to be specific, was looking at the grip on the pitcher while he was staying on second, and he was getting the attention of the Yankee hitter that was in the box at the time. So, it's a thing that happens, and it honestly, it's stealing signs and tipping pitches. It's been part of the game, right? Forever. I mean, literally forever. Okay. As long as you're not helping, like, as long as you're not doing it electronically, with a pair of like binoculars in the stands or a camera where it's not supposed to be, or, Apple watches and things of that nature.
Wasn't there one game that someone was just watching the game on a TV and the camera kept on panning over to where they were actually just stealing signs that way?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That was part of the quote unquote Astros investigation that never went anywhere. But I'm like, okay, so we're gonna go over the standings here real quick. By the way, the Astros did get swept this weekend, spoiling the return of Carlos Correa. Now, he did hit a home run over the weekend, but it really didn't amount to much. So
They were really happy about Carlos coming back, though.
yeah, well, yeah, they were. They believe they put him on third. And because he's basically a utility player, he can play both short and third, which kind of works out for them because Jeremy Pena occasionally gets a day off, so they can just move Correa over to shortstop, and and Correa can actually even play the outfield. So I'm like, all right. So I'm going to go see the Astros and the Red Sox here in Houston coming up next Tuesday. So I'll be at the ballpark for that one. And, it's going to be kind of cool to see, or interesting rather, to see what kind of a lineup the Astros strut out there. Because, right now, the Red Sox have won their last 5. They're 8-2 over their last 10. So they're playing pretty good baseball right now. They're 3 games back from Toronto, who lost yesterday. They're playing in Colorado tonight, so can't really guarantee that they're going to do much. And the Red Sox are playing in Kansas, or they're playing Kansas City right now. So both teams, I'm assuming that Toronto is winning right now. So I'll look at the scores here in a little bit. But as I mentioned before, the Yankees fell behind the Red Sox. Red Sox actually passed the Yankees. Let's just put it that way. They are a game and a half back from the Red Sox. That's 4.5 out from first place. The Rays are in 4th. They're 10 games back. And the Orioles, unless they have a monumental comeback, they are 13.5 games out of first place. And I'll look at the Wild. They're 8.5 back out from the last wild card spot. So the Detroit Tigers, it's getting a little crowded at the top of the AL Central. The Tigers have been 6-4 over the last 10. So they won their last game. And they don't play again until tomorrow. So they had an off day today. So they're traveling. The Guardians are now above 500. The Royals are at 500. That's going to change tonight because they're in Boston playing right now. And the last time I checked, they are trailing in the bottom of the 7th, 7-1 against the Red Sox. So that's going to change. They're going to drop back below 500. But the Tigers are going to have to figure out something to do between now and the end of the year. Figure out what's not working and fix it. The American Scandal does the same breakdown. The room they built for the video monitoring thing was dead. Yeah. Because during the 2017 season, this is one of the rare things I'm going to say about it, because living down here in this area, this neck of the woods, I get tired of hearing about it. I really do. It's like, all right, fine, just move on, move past it, kind of a thing. Their home and away splits were just like vastly different. We're talking 30, 40, 50, 60 points difference in batting average for, on the average for most of the people up and down the roster. and their home record was definitely a lot better than their road record was. But my heartburn with that cheating scandal is the fact that AJ Hinch, he took up the responsibility for it, as well as Alex Cora, because they were the coaches, they were the manager and the bench coach at the time. But the players were the ones that were actively doing it. So, and none of the players spoke up at all. None of the players addressed it. None of them took responsibility for it. They just they threw their manager and the bench coach under the bus, and that was the part that I found was, or at least I felt, was really low class. I mean, that was a shit thing to do. So, but let me see here. As I said, the American League West, it's getting pretty tight, pretty interesting. The first three teams, top three teams are all above 500. The Rangers, the Mariners, and the Astros. Astros have a 2.5 game lead over the Mariners, but the Astros, they've lost their last three. They play at Minnesota. Miami. They're going to be playing in Miami for the next 3 games, but Seattle is playing tomorrow against the White Sox. I mean, these games are going to start counting very crucially. The Rangers are 2 games out of the wild card. And let me see here. They're 4.5 games back of the Astros. So, I mean, the Astros need to start looking over their shoulders and start scoreboard watching and really tighten up their style of play, because the number of errors and base running gaffes that they've had over the last week and a half to 2 weeks has not been helping their cause at all. Now, of course, the Athletics, you would hope that they would be the worst team in baseball. They're not. Neither is Chicago White Sox. That's still reserved for the 30-81 Colorado Rockies. But let me see here. The Philadelphia Phillies, they're 5-5 over their last 10, or so are the New York Mets. There's only a half game separating those two teams right now, and that's going to be an insane little race to watch, coming down to game 162. Let me see here. No, make that 8-1 Boston over Kansas City. But let me see here. The Brewers have overtaken the Cubs and have actually put some distance between them and the Cubs. There's now a 2-game cushion between them and the second place Cubs. So, and then behind them is the Cincinnati Reds at 9.5 back. These wild card races are going to start heating up here pretty soon too. The Dodgers are leading their division. The Padres are only 3 games back. Now, the Padres are actually a little better than the Padres over the last 10. They're 7-3 versus 6-4 over their last 10, but they've both won their last game. So the Giants, they're sitting at 500 right now at 9 games back. And then let me see here. What was that?
Oh, you can look at that later.
Yeah. And then let me pull up the wild card, because right now, with the new format, well, I say new format, the newest format, you've got 3 wild card slots. Right now, Boston's holding the first wild card right now, and they've got a game, like I said, a 1.5 game lead over the Yankees, and then the Mariners are holding that last wild card spot right now. The Rangers are 2 games out of the the Guardians are 3 games out. The Royals are 3.5. That, like I said, that's more than likely going to change unless a bullpen implodes tonight over there in Fenway. But like I said, the scoreboard watching is going to become a thing. I know that I've been doing it all year long. And if you've watched this show for any amount of time, remember at the beginning of the year during spring training, I said I was cautiously optimistic about saying that I was happy about the way that this team was constructed, talking about the Red Sox this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. They didn't do a lot during the trade deadline. They got some subpar pitching They gave up some prospects to do that. But with not to jinx anything, but the bullpen has been pitching pretty consistent. The starting rotation is giving quality starts and keeping the team in games. And the offense is starting to really, really click. These guys are starting to come together. And it's one of those holy crap, watch out, kind of situations. But at the same time, you don't. Baseball is a sport that is riddled with streaks, right? So you don't want a team to get too hot too soon. You want them to peak at the right time, which is usually in the playoffs, right?
Yeah, and a lot of people were. I mean, you still have it that the people are saying that the Dodgers are going to win it this year again. But
Dude, honestly,
how many times has it been that the one team just constantly wins?
the last time we saw any kind of dominance like that of any kind of scale, repeated World Series appearances and things like that was in the 90s with the Yankees. But with the Dodgers this year, they're showing some chinks in the armor. They really are. They're showing some chinks in the armor, and they're vulnerable. They really are.
Well, they're showing plus 18 on that scale that I sent you. It's an interesting scale.
Well, you're probably looking at. All right, is that like betting odds?
I think so. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, because I'm looking at run differentials, and they're no, it's
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's betting odds.
okay. All right. I was gonna say yeah.
Because the Brewers are up plus 23.
I don't like the Dodgers to go all the way and win this year. I don't. Pitching has really kind of become suspect for them. Their offense is hitting kind of a lull right now, and if they're not careful and they don't tighten up their strike zones, I mean, if you watch a lot of their at bats, they're expanding the zones for the pitchers. They're doing a lot of the work for the pitcher by expanding the zone, by swinging at stuff that's not a strike. And they're looking bad. I mean, they're scoring runs still. I mean, they've got a run differential right now of plus 71, which the run differential is runs scored versus runs allowed, right? So I mean, they're still winning games. I'm like, they're 6-4 over their last 10. So, but they've got against teams that are below 500. They've got a 500 record. They're 30-30 versus teams that are below the Mendoza line, right? So you can't let those teams be the reason why you miss the playoffs. You just can't do it. So I don't know. I mean, the Brewers right now, they've got the best run differential in baseball right now. They've got it's plus 119. So I mean, they're scoring 119 more runs than they're giving up. So that's why they're 7-3 over their last 10. And that's why they passed the Cubs. So I mean, the Brewers are going to be dangerous, but I mean, once September and October roll around, the Brewers kind of tend to trail off. And that's just because they don't have a lot of playoff veterans, postseason veterans on that squad. They're really not built for those long stretches. Now, could they make it to like the NLCS this year? Yeah, possibly. And would it be cool to see them in the World Series? Absolutely. I mean, if anything else, I mean, just to give the people some, in Wisconsin something to root for, because the Packers aren't going to do anything for them this year. But I don't know. We're going to move on here. We're going to go to football news.
You mean that
Uh,
horrible game on Thursday?
Yeah, the Hall of Fame game. Now, bear in mind, this is the preseason. Nobody wins the Super Bowl in the preseason. They don't even win you win the Super Bowl at the Super Bowl. Now,
it still was.
the way the preseason is set up, you're guaranteed starters, right? Your contract players, your returning veterans, 99% of the time do not start the first preseason game.
I
Because
know
why? They're looking at their draft picks and they're looking at their second year players. They're looking to see who they're going to keep, who they're going to put on the practice squad, who they're going to outright release.
I know I should have just called you after I watched that game because grabbing that pack of razors.
Well, here's the thing.
How I am with the Lions, man. I love the
Yeah,
Lions.
yeah, but here's the deal. Here's the deal. With the Chargers, odds are they probably left their at the very least they started their starters for that game. They probably did, with the exception of Justin Herbert. Because there's no use in going out there first game of the preseason and getting your quarterback hurt and just kind of trashing your whole season, right? But the Chargers did put a 34-7 whooping on Detroit. Again, bear in mind, it's the preseason. There have been teams that have lost every preseason game and have gone on to win the Super Bowl. So you really can't put a whole lot of weight, if any at all, into the preseason. Unless you're the Dallas Cowboys. You're going to lose every preseason game, and odds are you're already going to be out of playoff contention by the time kickoff rolls around. For the regular season, which, with this little bit of news that I'm going to bring up here in just a second, yeah, it is not looking good for things down in Jerry world.
Oh yeah,
Micah Parsons is requesting a trade.
Yeah, begging a trade.
Yeah, I mean. He put, despite requesting a trade with a lengthy explanation posted to social media, Micah Parsons is at Cowboy camp as a spectator. Let me see if I can find that.
Holy crap. That's a good joke.
Let me see if it's on his Instagram page. Ew, come on, no. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to look it up because yeah. Anyway, I've got to go through and change all my passwords because I got this weird like sign on notification or sign on attempt notification from Apple this morning. So I'm like, oh, okay. We're going to start the week off like that. All right, cool. Anyway, he wasn't in pads at all. He was wearing a hoodie because the new head coach, Brian Schottenheimer, asked for uniformity. So his practice jersey was pulled over his hoodie. He's not relented from his request. He's not adjusted his the coach hasn't adjusted his expectations, but he's telling reporters his defensive staff is not making any personnel or game plan changes with Parsons sitting out. They're expecting him to be there. Jerry Jones, on the other hand, has completely blown this up, right? He's just like completely blown it off. Like, oh, well, this is just part of the process. He's not really wanting to go anywhere. Like, well, bullshit. I mean, everybody sees the writing on the wall. Micah Parsons wants to win a Super Bowl, and he's not going to do it with the Dallas Cowboys. So, they trade him. Absolutely trade him. One is going to get you some cap space. You can sign you can get a couple of players for that guy. You really can. And you can possibly platoon people at that edge rusher position and maybe get you a new edge rusher, get you a new linebacker, get you a little bit of defensive help and just work with it. Because Mike is not gonna If he comes to a new deal with it, comes up with a new contract with Jerry Jones, yeah, he's going to give it 100%. But Jerry Jones is going to have to go above and beyond. He's going to have to bend over backwards and really do some gooch licking, because he's going to have to he's going to have to prove to Micah Parsons that he's committed to building a roster that will win a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
I just don't see it happening.
He's trying to the point where it almost looks like he's damaging his own team.
Well, that's what he does every year, and he doesn't even have to open his mouth. And it's like, okay, I'm going to get a lot of flack and a lot of hate for it, but like with the Dak Prescott deal, it's like, dude,
that was a stupid deal.
When you bring us a ring, or at the very least bring us a conference title and a Super Bowl appearance, then we're going to talk about, giving you that kind of money.
And Cooper was the better quarterback.
Yeah, Cooper Rush has got, better stats. But here's the deal.
Well, yeah, stats don't really pan out.
Stats, I mean, the only thing that matters in the NFL is rings, championships.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the reason why
win me the division. Win us the division. Win us the NFC conference, get us to the Super Bowl, and give us a fighting chance to win that game.
Yeah. Well, like back in the day, Tony Romo, he had great stats. Unbelievable stats.
Yeah, and he'll more than likely become a Hall of Fame quarterback. Absolutely.
Yeah. Have you ever seen him play like in NFL online? Dude,
well, like Madden online?
Yeah, Madden online. Dude, he is beast mode on that. Now, if
sure.
What's really sad, if you look at stuff like that, and we've had this argument to agnostic.
Ad nauseum.
Thank you. To where you can have a good quarterback, but if you have to build the offensive line, then put in the quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, you need people that are going to be able to block and open up running lanes, protect the quarterback that you're going to invest in. And
because there's no point in having like a star quarterback and your offensive line is just crap. You have to build the whole team.
Yeah, but I think part of the problem, aside from Jerry Jones in Dallas, is the fact that they don't have. I mean, when they had Dan Quinn for defensive coordinator, dude was a stud, right? Rightfully got that head coaching job in Washington for last season, and he took Washington to the NFC Championship game, right? So, I mean, he's a good head coach, good fit in that system, right? Because he's able to do the things that he needs to do to win. But the problem in Dallas is the fact that their offensive coordinator is a joke.
Yeah.
Absolute joke. And you can see the patterns emerging early on in the game, right? We're going to run on first and second down, depending on the yardage. We're going to throw if it's long. We're going to try to run it if it's short. And if we're unsuccessful, we're not going to even bother going for it. We're just going to punt. So it's like you really only have to defend 3 plays.
Yeah.
Per series. And it just it's so predictable.
Well, okay. Look at it this way. I still believe Joe Burrow is a great quarterback. But
yeah,
his offensive team is just shit.
Yeah, his O-line is absolute garbage.
He's one of those quarterbacks. If he actually has a good O team that works with him, they could have beat the crap out of everybody last year.
Well,
except for Kansas City because the refs.
Well, the year that Cincinnati went to the Super Bowl, they should have won that game handedly. Should have won that game.
I was so pissed off.
I mean, dude, I think they were playing No, they weren't playing Philadelphia that year. I forget who they were playing. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But they should have won that Super Bowl. I think who was it? I don't care. That's it'll bother me, but I'll wait till after the show. It's not important. They should have won that game. but their offensive line started committing penalties, false starts, illegal formations, holding, because they were getting beat on the line, right? So you're going to take that holding call. Yeah, sure. It might pull back a big play. It might even pull back a scoring play.
They lost to the Rams.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It was to the Rams. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Because Jared Goff took them. No, Matthew Stafford, who came over from Detroit the year before.
Yeah.
Took them all the way and won. Yeah, that's right. Because they just basically traded quarterbacks. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, the only reason why I see Micah Parsons staying here, or staying in Dallas rather, with the team being constructed the way that it is if Jerry Jones just throws an obscene amount of money at him. I mean, really.
That's what's going to happen. And what's going to happen when he actually, it's like what happened last year. Dax didn't get paid until like almost the first game. And he got
hours before kickoff. He got that deal.
A stupid amount of money, and everybody was laughing at him, laughing at Jerry Jones. What happened? Oh, they didn't even make the playoffs.
No, they did not.
And he's going to do it again, and it's going to be again hours. And guess what? He didn't train with the team he's not training with the team that much. So what kind of benefit is that?
They're not. Now, Thursday night, we've got 3 games on the slate. We're going to start off 6. All times are central. So we're looking at the 6:00 game on the NFL Network. It's going to be the Colts at the Ravens. And then at 6:30, we've got the Bengals and the Eagles. 9:00 on the NFL Network. It's going to be the nightcap game. We've got the Raiders at the Seahawks. Moving forward on Friday, again, all times being central. 6:00, we've got the Lions at the Falcons. NFL Network's going to broadcast this game. It's going to be the Cleveland Browns at the Carolina Panthers. And the 6:30 game is going to be the Commanders at the Patriots. Let's see here. Saturday. So we've got just a whole 4 days of just nothing but preseason football.
Yeah.
Again, all times are central. Saturday, we've got the 12:00 game, which is going to be the football Giants at the Bills. 3:00 on the NFL Network, it's going to be the Texans at the Vikings. 6:00, we got the Steelers at the Jaguars, Cowboys at the Rams, Titans at the Buccaneers, Kansas City at Arizona. The New York Football Jets are going to be at Green Bay, and the Broncos are going to go to the 49ers. And then on Sunday, there are only 2 games. You've got the 12:00 game, at Miami at Chicago, and then 3:05, which is the primetime game. We've got New Orleans at San Diego for the Chargers.
That first week of the first game, oh my God, that's gonna.
Are you talking about for the preseason or for
the season,
regular season?
September 4th.
Okay, yeah,
dude. Yeah, did you look at that?
Not yet.
I could call it right now.
Hold on. Oh, don't be getting ahead of yourself here, guy.
Oh, it's really just stupid easy.
I'm looking. Hold on. Oh God! Well, yeah, that first game is going to be a bloodbath.
Yes.
Oh my God, that first game is going to be a bloodbath.
Yes. Yeah.
Look for the Chargers though to be chippy against Kansas City. Really, I mean, really chippy.
I want to watch that game only because of I want to see the Chiefs lose.
Yeah, I mean, but remember the rule. We can't make emotional picks.
No, I want them to lose only because they're not going to have their freaking refs.
Yeah, well, that's true. That is true. That's true. Because the NFL did fire them.
Mm-hmm.
No, well, didn't fire them. They got reassigned to they got reassigned to collegiate ball.
No, then they got fired.
Yeah, well, fired. I say reassigned because we're trying to be nice. We're trying to be gentle.
No, they got reassigned. No, I read the.
I know. I wake up every day and I choose violence, so it's all good.
Yeah.
But Colin, you got your jokes ready?
Yeah.
All right. Without further ado,
Rising from the smoke and haze of desolation comes a Spartan. He is bent on wronging that which has been set right. It's the greatest genetic code ever to exist here for your ears and eyes to feast upon. Spartan Colin, I hope you're bringing the smoke tonight. Someone get me a joke.
Why do lesbians hate sports?
God, why?
Because most of them involve balls.
Okay.
Mm.
Uh-huh.
What's
Okay.
a lesbian's favorite card game?
Go
Poker.
fish. Oh, it should have been go fish. Poker.
That's it.
Okay.
That's all I got.
That's all you got? Okay.
I got one.
Okay. Okay.
My granddad was a World War II vet. In just one day during the Battle of Britain, he destroyed 8 German aircrafts, killing 32 Nazi aviators. Easily the worst mechanic in Luftwaffe's ever had.
Nice. Okay. All right. I got you.
Slipping out through the fog of war, this Spartan continues the fight. Your souls have become collateral damage in the battle against the flood of moral supremacy. Leave your expectations at the door and marvel before the pillar of tactical prowess. Ladies and gentlemen, angry faithful of all ages, this has been Joke Time with Colin.
Did we stall somewhere?
Did what?
Did we stall somewhere?
Did we stall?
Yeah, I was like closing up all the NFL stuff, and I was like, "There's empty noise." There's
No.
noise.
Did you not hear the sounds?
Oh no, it was just after the sounds. No,
Oh.
I don't think I heard the sounds.
Colin, did you hear the sounds? You're in it. Okay, good. All right. All right.
Okay.
Okay. All right. See, it's top of the 8th, 1 out, runner on second. The Boston bullpen's shitting the bed a little bit here. So there was a NASCAR race over the weekend in Iowa Speedway. William Byron, driving the number 24 Chevy Camaro for Hendrick Motorsports, took home the win, stretched it out and made it a fuel mileage win, which seems to be a recurring theme this year. He gets 48 points for his effort, and his win margin was 1.192 seconds. He led 141 laps yesterday. Let me see here. Brad Keselowski, who finished third, got the best lap of the race at 23.75 seconds for the lap. William Byron, as I mentioned, did win. Chase Briscoe, Brad Keselowski, Ryan Blaney, Ryan Preece round out your top 5. Bubba Wallace comes home 6th after his historic win at the Brickyard last week. Alex Bowman brought it home 7th. Carson Hocevar, Joey Logano, Austin Dillon is your top 10. Ross Chastain, Austin Cindric, Josh Berry, Chase Elliott brings it home 14th. Rounding out top 15 is John Hunter Nemechek. Eric Jones comes home 16th. Christopher Bell 17th. AJ Allmendinger 18th. Tyler Reddick, Kyle Busch, Ty Gibbs, Chris Buescher, Justin Haley, Denny Hamlin comes home 24th, and Daniel Suarez comes home in 25th. Cole Custer, Michael McDowell, Kyle Larson, 28th this week. He ran all his laps, but I think he got behind the 8 ball a little bit with some pit sequencing, that kind of a deal. And then, well, actually, no, what it was is I think it was some like mechanical issues or whatever, but he got it sorted out on track kind of a thing. Noah Gragson comes home 29th. Riley Herbst comes home 30th. Shane Van Gisbergen, Cody Ware, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Todd Gilliland, Ty Dillon, Zane Smith, and Joey Gass comes home 37th. And that rounds out the running order. Total time of the race was 3 hours, 17 minutes, 47 seconds. Average speed of the race was 93 miles an hour for 10 lead changes, 12 caution flags for 72 laps. As I mentioned, 23.7 seconds was your fastest lap, and the margin of victory again was 1.192 seconds. That let's see what that does for the standings. William Byron retakes the lead over teammate Chase Elliott for the regular season standings. He is now 18 points ahead. Chase Elliott drops to second. Kyle Larson maintains his hold on third. Denny Hamlin fourth. Christopher Bell, Tyler Reddick, Ryan Blaney, Chase Briscoe, Alex Bowman. Bubba Wallace moves up one spot to take to round out your top 10. Chris Buescher, Joey Logano, Ryan Preece moves up one spot to 13th. Ross Chastain drops down to 14th. Kyle Busch is in 15th. And Ty Gibbs is holding on to the last playoff spot in 16th right now. For the playoff pitcher, as I mentioned, Chris Buescher is on the bubble right now. So he is 23 points to the good. Ryan Preece is 23 points below the cut line. Kyle Busch is sitting outside the playoff pitcher right now in 18th. He's 73 points below the cut line. So he is going to have to figure out a way to win to get in. And he is looking right now with the year that he is having, unfortunately, I think it's going to be a stretch to get him into the playoffs and expect him to perform past the first round. So all these other guys are just sitting horribly below the cut line. There are 3 spots left in the 16 without wins. Those drivers are Tyler Reddick, Alex Bowman, and Chris Buescher. Neither one of those 3 drivers have a victory yet this year, but Alex Bowman has been consistent so far this year, and so he has a chance of falling or backing into a win at the very least. He's just got to get that pit sequencing, and that he's got to stay out of his own way, kind of a deal. So, but next week everybody's going to be going to Watkins Glen. That is going to be up here. Let me get over here. Yeah, it's the Go Bowling at the Glen. So it's going to be in Watkins Glen, New York. It's a 90 lap race. It's 220.5 miles. I believe Watkins Glen. Yeah, Watkins Glen is a road course. So it's going to be not the last road course race of the year. I think we've got one in the playoff schedule, but that track right now, let me see here. Let me look at it. It's 2.45 miles all the way around. And it's a 220.5 mile race. It requires 90 laps to complete. And that race will take place Sunday, August 10th, which is this coming Sunday. Come on. There we go. Thank you very much. That is going to be at 1:00 Central Time. That is going to be on USA Network. It's going to be on MRN, which is the Motor Racing Network, or SiriusXM NASCAR Channel 90, in your car or on your SiriusXM app. It's your in-car driver audios and video feeds are going to be on HBO Max. So that's going to be kind of a fun race to watch. Watkins Glen, they run things a little different there. When the cars come into pit, normally the gas filler is on the driver's side, right? The cars are going to be running kind of back the other way at Watkins Glen. So those cars are built specifically with the filler necks on the other side of the car. So pit crews are still going to change. They're going to change the left sides first, and then they're going to change the right sides. The driver's just going to have to go at the drop of the jack, or when they're told, if they're trying to top off or fuel. Look for this to be a fuel mileage race again. Again, seems to be becoming a recurring theme for the cars this year. We'll see what happens, but there's still tickets available. So if you are in that area and you're able to get up there, check out Ticketmaster or go to NASCAR.com for the tickets to that race. The race that I'm looking forward to after that is going to be Richmond, and then we're going to end up the regular season at Daytona. So we've got 3 races left until the playoffs start. And so that's going to start at Darlington on August 31st. So it's going to be for the Southern 500. So that's going to be throwback weekend. You're going to see a lot of throwback paint schemes being touted around on Twitter, on Facebook, Instagram, things like that. But Yeah, Watkins Glen is going to be this weekend. Richmond's next weekend, and then the weekend after that, wrapping up the regular season, is going to be the Coke Zero Sugar 400 at Daytona. Uh, I, I like for the Hendrick drivers to make it at least to the round of 8, because I'm looking for at least William Byron and Kyle Larson to make it to the championship race in Phoenix. But I'm probably looking at. I look for things to happen to Denny Hamlin that, obviously are outside his control, and it's just kind of par for the course. I look for Joey Logano and Ryan Blaney to make it back also. So it's going to be basically, I'm predicting that the championship race is going to be between Hendrick Motorsports and Penske Racing. So we'll see what happens, but we got to get past these next 3 races first. So that's kind of it for sports right now. I know that there was a dildo thrown on the court, and it stopped a WNBA game last week. I think it was.
Yeah, it was last week. We talked. About
If you're not losing a weave, somebody's forgetting to,
Oh no, we didn't take up on Nerd Sports. We talked it on What the Hell.
Yeah, well, but I don't know. Over the week, last week, we had a busy week last week. I took the boys to go see Superman. That dude, I thought Superman was done really well.
It was.
I mean, nothing is ever going to beat Christopher Reeve, but this one was a good Superman film. Okay, and I know, and I really get tired of seeing the debate between the Snyder fanboys versus the Gunn fanboys. It's like, oh well, Man of Steel did better at the box office. Yeah, but nobody is going to the theater.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't. It passed it a long time ago.
Yeah.
Okay, well, the numbers that the Snyder fans are throwing out there, like global, they're talking about global box office.
No,
Yeah.
it's past it. It's
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
it passed it like a week or 2 ago.
Yeah.
But
And it beat out Fantastic Four so far.
yeah, well, I mean, which Fantastic Four I enjoyed. I mean, definitely it's it's the best Fantastic Four film
that
out there.
movie was like just
It
what
was
a
good
wow
enough to
movie.
watch once.
Nuh-uh. That movie is a rewatch movie.
Yeah, it's rewatchable, but
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go out of my way to go see it. Right? I'm gonna wait till it comes out on streaming, so that way I can pause it when I need to get up and go take a crap, whatever. But it was a good movie. It was a really well done. I think as far as like the original intent and original intended spirit of the Fantastic Four, as Jack Kirby and Stan Lee wrote them back in the 60s.
Oh
I
yeah,
think it was really well done. Really well done.
I liked Superman, and Superman was great. I thought it was like, I personally think it's my favorite Superman movie, but we won't get like anywhere close to the originals.
Yeah. Well, the first 2,
Yeah.
Superman 3 and Superman 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked going to see Fantastic Four more, just because of like, we've never gotten a good Fantastic Four family movie.
Okay, yeah. Even
Dude,
though
seeing these characters on screen,
even though Pedro Pascal is apparently, God, the meme from Pedro Pascal.
He's become the modern day Nick Cage without realizing it.
Funny you
It's
should
not-
say that.
I don't. Okay,
He was in
it's
a
not-
movie. He was in a movie.
Yeah, I know. That was a great movie.
It
Yeah.
was a good movie.
just seeing these characters on screen was like insane, and it being good.
Yeah.
Pedro,
Really,
Pedro
the characters were really written good on this one.
dude,
Yeah, they were.
dude, Ben was,
And we didn't have to
that
spend a
was-
lot of unnecessary time with the origin.
Yeah, and I had to keep on. I had to keep on reminding me this is in a different universe, only because
I love that it's a different universe because it takes place in
Well,
the
okay,
60s.
And I love the fact that it was Universe 82, and
let's
I
say-
love the fact that it was Earth 828. And
Yeah.
and if you watched the credits, Jack Kirby's birthday is August 28th.
Yeah.
So that's where they got the 828 from. I was like, well, that was classy right there.
No, what got me was Ben's romantic romance that was
Yeah,
supposed-
the tension, the love interest there. Yeah.
yeah. I'm sorry. it's just one
Which
of
begs the question, you remember the movie Mallrats?
yeah.
When the guy comes up and he's all asking Stanley, he goes, "So is the thing's dork orange just like the rest of them?"
He really has a problem with
With the superhero with genitalia, yeah.
yeah.
But
it's that movie was. I'm trying to avoid using the word fantastic 'cause that's
Oh my
it was a good movie. Like, I mean,
okay, no, here
I don't want to give it the moniker of being amazing, but it was to borrow parlance from our times, it was peak Fantastic Four.
yeah.
dude, right now
Hear
on
me-
my
hear me out on this though. I just had a thought, and it's a horrible thought.
Oh
But we're
God.
still gonna go with it. Okay, the original Fantastic Four had a blind woman, but she was black. And then this one, they had a seeing redhead. You know the tropes, right?
what are you talking about?
Well,
No?
all the redheads in the Disney cartoon animated movies. The redheaded ones, they do a race swap to a black woman.
That's a bit of a reach, but yeah, okay.
Hey,
Anyway, so
So far, that movie is number 3 for me on my entire MCU ranking.
yeah, but I mean, after we had a full day that day that we went to go see Fantastic Four because we saw the movie earlier in the day, and then we went to a Space Cowboys game that night. We didn't get home until about 11:30, 12 o'clock, and yeah, and then what was it? Saturday, I took I had to take Reagan back to his mom. His time here for the summer was done, so I had to give him back to his mom. And then Saturday, I took the remaining boys to go see The Naked Gun, which
That was hilarious.
yeah, I mean, dude, you will be very hard pressed to not find a moment in that movie when you're not laughing.
It's the I haven't seen the originals, but this one was that was hilarious. It
Yeah.
had the best Austin Powers joke. Where it's the like you can't. It looks like something else. What the dog scene?
The scene with the heat vision, right? The thermal
Yeah, yeah.
binoculars.
Yeah,
It's the
looking-
same. It's along the same lines as that Austin Powers joke when the shadows in the tent.
Well,
Yeah,
no.
Yeah.
It's or
That's
or
what
or
I'm talking about.
yeah, I know. That's what I thought when I was watching it. But then there was also the scene from Austin Powers 3, where there's the orange juice and Mini-Me's trying to like climb down off of Austin Powers, and the doctor's in the room.
oh yeah.
Yeah, but dude, when you get a chance, go watch The Naked Gun because
I'm gonna do it Wednesday.
yeah, I mean, and you know, for the dressed down approach that Pamela Anderson is addressing life with these days, she didn't look as bad as I thought that she had originally. Because I mean, obviously, we're not getting like peak Pamela Anderson, but
90s Pamela Anderson.
yeah, we're not getting 90s Pam. We're not even getting early 2000s Pam. But I mean, she's definitely aged, and I believe the rumor is that her and Liam Neeson are actually dating, like in real life. So that's the rumor. I'm not saying it's confirmed. I don't really care. That's their
Okay,
business.
She just stopped dating the dude from WikiLeaks.
Julian Assange?
Yeah.
He's supposed to be in jail.
Yeah, that's why she stopped dating him.
Dude, he got put in jail years ago.
Yeah, I know.
So she's been on the market for a while, is what you're telling me.
Yeah.
Okay. You see, you made that sound like it was like a recent deal, and I'm like,
No.
no.
No. Apparently, this is E! Online. Pamela Anderson and Liam Neeson getting support from his son Daniel Neeson.
Neeson, yeah. Well, good for them. Good for them. Yeah. So, I don't really have a whole lot.
Doesn't get Hep C.
Right.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's pretty much it.
I mean, most of the other stuff is going to happen for tomorrow. Watch Ding 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 podcast and What the Hell on Wednesdays and Fridays, which is this is I'm surprised that the What the Hell episodes are actually getting big. Because everybody is going into the comments on whatever platform.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go into the comments and everything on Wednesday on What the Hell, and the reason why I think we get comments on our stuff, but it's all hate.
Hey, you know what? Dale Earnhart said it best. He said, "At least they're making noise."
Yeah.
So it's the engagement for me.
Yeah.
Right. So,
anyways, let's get us out of here, buddy.
that is probably why I've been getting like a rash of like login attempts from random places all over the U.S. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Like, geez, you guys have nothing else better to do. Your life is sad. But without further ado, before we sign off, the President of the United States.
There was once a pirate, wonderful pirate. She was a terror on the high seas and a demon in the sheets. A credit to lesbians everywhere, really, a great lesbian pirate. Her name was Bearded Clam. She really was wonderful. Anyway, as she used to say, as she plundered both booty and pussy, scissor me timbers.
And with that, I am Johnny Skelton.
I'm David Dickerman.
I'm Colin Skelton.
You have become privy. You've become indentured. This has been episode 223 of Nerd Sports. Thank you for coming along. We'll be here same time next week. Same bat channel, that whole thing. But you can't go home, well, you got to go. You don't have to go home. That's what I meant to say, but you can't stay here. We're going to turn on the ugly lights. See ya.